Hulk Hogan's departure has shocked the world, from Ric Flair himself crying over his departure to The Rock's emotional condolences. Many wrestling celebrities have shared their messages after the physical departure of the Hulkster. However, before reading the messages and reactions to Hulk's death, it's important to explain and provide context on how Hulk's passing occurred. Hogan. Since he retired as a wrestler, Hogan suffered numerous health problems, particularly always with his back. After the failure of procedures to cure his back problems, Hogan underwent a traditional spinal fusion surgery. In December of 2010, which allowed him to resume his professional activities in January of 2013, Hogan filed a medical malpractice lawsuit against the Laser Spine Institute for $50 million, claiming that the medical firm convinced him to undergo half a dozen unnecessary and ineffective spinal surgeries, which ultimately made his back problems worse. He stated that out of the 6 procedures he underwent over a period of 19 months, only one provided him with temporary relief. Additionally, the Laser Spine Institute used his name in their advertisements, which, according to Hogan, was done without his permission. Due to all this controversy, the Laser Spine Institute closed in the year 2019. Hogan's back did not heal well at all on July 24, 2025. We woke up to the news that Hulk Hogan passed away from cardiac arrest at his home in Clearwater, Florida, at the age of 71. His passing occurred a month after he underwent major spinal fusion surgery. His wife, Sky, denied reports that it was part of a more serious health problem. But in the end, everything indicates that this operation worsened Holster's health condition. An operation that could have been avoided if the Laser Spine Institute had done its job properly, almost 15 years earlier. The world of wrestling is completely shocked by his sudden departure. However, many superstars from different eras reacted to his passing, starting with Vince McMahon himself. The world lost a treasure. Today, Hulk Hogan was the greatest WWE superstar of all time, someone loved and admired all over the world. He was a pioneer, the first wrestler who went from being a wrestling star to a global phenomenon. His determination and his unbridled thirst for success were unmatched and made him an accomplished wrestler. He gave his all for the audience he appreciated, respected, and loved. He leaves us with a favorite expression: train, take vitamins, and pray. Today, we pray for him. Vince McMahon. For millions of little kids, you were a childhood hero, including me. In 1984, I returned your holster headband to you in the locker rooms at Madison Square Garden. I was lucky enough to catch it when you threw it into the crowd. That night, in the main event, you were fighting against Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. You were shocked and very happy after the match, because you told me that was your last headband, and if it weren't for me, you wouldn't have been able to get it back. You promised me that you would make more and give me a holster headband as a thank you. A month later, at Madison Square Garden, you did it. You kept your word with a handshake and a thank you, kid. And that meant a lot to that 12-year-old kid, just 17 years later, and to a kid at 29. I stood in the ring center before you, one of my wrestling idols. In the main event of WrestleMania, the match was going to decide who would go down in history as the greatest of all time. When you managed to escape from my finisher, the Rock Forum, I heard and felt how the crowd went electric. You made me feel something I had never experienced in my entire wrestling career. It takes 2 to tango, but that historic reaction from the crowd was all because of you. You may have passed me the torch that night, but you, my friend, stole the show, which means you filled every stadium in the country, at your best as Hulk Hogan, on your way to becoming the greatest of all time. From the bottom of my heart, and on behalf of this wild and crazy world of professional wrestling that we love, I say it now and forever, thank you, brother. Rest in peace. The Rock. Hulk Hogan was born to be a larger-than-life professional wrestler. For days, he exuded unparalleled charisma. His contributions are immense, his influence will last forever. Hulkamania is still alive. My condolences to his family and loved ones. Stone Cold. Perhaps most significantly, at least from the perspective of wrestling, they were the words of Ric Flair, an old rival of Hogan in the ring and a dear friend outside of it. In an interview with TMZ, the 76-year-old wrestling legend couldn't help but vent. People always wanted to paint us as enemies, but in reality, we were very, very close friends, said Flair, visibly distressed after a much-needed pause. Before speaking, yesterday I spoke with Jimmy Hart, a famous WWE manager and old friend of Hogan, and he said that the Hulkster was fine. It's terrible that this is happening now. When I went to WWE in the 90s, I had never seen anything like the crowd's reaction to Hogan. I had never seen it in my life. It was an incredible relationship, said Flair as he struggled to pronounce the words. When I started in World Championship Wrestling, I had the pleasure of meeting one of my childhood heroes, years later in WWE. I had a great time with him, entertaining millions of people, just like he had entertained me for many years. Thank you for everything, Holster. You paved the way for all of us. Please pray and take your vitamins, because you never know. Chris Jericho. WWE wouldn't be where it is today without the larger-than-life characters competing in the ring. And few, if any, can be bigger than Hulk Hogan. He was the prototype of what it meant to be a superstar. A global sensation who inspired millions of people to work hard at whatever they wanted to achieve. And a look that made him recognizable to fans all over the world. Hulk Hogan, dressed in red and yellow or in black and white, was simply iconic. As a true American or the leader of one of the biggest factions in the industry, he transcended and elevated the whole business to heights never seen before. In every country and on every continent. Hulkster was one of a kind. My family extends our sympathies to his loved ones and fans. Triple H, I am very grateful for the opportunity to have worked with Terry Doy. Credit to Kevin Nash and the Hulkster. For my entry into professional wrestling, a hobby I thought would only last 3 months. He will forever remain the epitome of pro wrestling, and what seems to capture people's hearts in all walks of life. I'm sending nothing but love to the family of Terry Wilson. The wrestling world has lost a true legend. His contributions to our business are immeasurable, and for that, I am grateful. Thank you. Hulk Hogan, Undertaker. The Hulkster left. But he leaves us with the great memories of wrestling that will come for future generations. Loved and hated, but what can't be denied is his incredible love, commitment, and lifelong dedication to wrestling.